see who's on. I'm just going to sort my doors out. That's better. Okay, there's a few people on. I feel like I need a chair today. Oh no, you can't see me. That's better. Okay, welcome everyone. Let's get this started. I'm just trying to find you all on my iPad. Here we go. So I can see comments. Great. Okay. Welcome everybody to a new week of crafting. This is my Monday Facebook Live. I hope you all had a really nice weekend. Morning to you, Elizabeth from Australia. I hope you're very well. It's been a good morning. I've done the school run. I've fed the pets. I've walked the dog. I'm now here with you guys. So what a lovely way to start my week. I've even got a cup of tea, so I feel very spoiled. It's a beautiful day here. Really, really lovely. Really warm. I felt like I needed a cold shower after the school run, but it was good to get Dave out before it got too hot. I've got a few admin tasks to do after today. And then I'm treating myself to a pedicure this afternoon. So nice day today, nice way to start the week. So this week's going to be a little bit different for me. We're actually going away Wednesday night. We're going to Peppa Pig World, finally, Wednesday night, and then staying all day Thursday. So my usual Wednesday night will actually take place on Tuesday night. And then we have Father's Day here in the UK on Sunday. So I won't be live on Sunday evening either. So if you're not sure when to check me live this week, when to catch me live, I've just put a little post on before this with some altered times. Lots of people joining. Morning everybody. Nice to see some familiar faces and some new people. If you're new, my name is Stacey Marsh. I'm an independent demonstrator for Stampin' Up here in the UK. I run a team of about 30, I think we're about 38 now. And I'm a full-time mum as well, so busy mum. It's winter here in Australia and it's freezing, so oh, I do feel for you. It was so cold here throughout May when it's usually warm. So hopefully, well, let's just hope you wrapped up warm and it's not too bad a winter for you there, Elizabeth. So let's get started. I'm going to use a new product. Well, it's a new product to me, but it's not new to you guys. It's something I've had my eye on for a little while and never bought, but I finally did it this month. So it actually arrived on my desk this morning, so this will be interesting. My UPS man was nice and early. So let's get crafting. Just change my camera for you all. Okay, so you should be able to see my desk. I am going to play with, I actually bought this month, I went for this stamp set and this set of dies, Love You More Than. I've seen this everywhere. I think it's a really fab set of products, but I've never bought it. But the more I see of it, the more I really like it. So we're going to give it a whirl this morning. Some really cute refreshments on here. We've got some cookies, some cocktails, some coffee, and then we've got some chocolates as well. So really fab sentiments, great mixture. And then the dies, you've got the individual coffee, cookies, cocktails and chocolates words, and then you've got Love You More Than, so really great options. And then you've got the framelit style dies that go round the images. Okay, so whilst I was busy getting ready this morning for this, I had a little browse online, and the Global Design Project this week is it really spoke to me. So I'm going to case the Global Design Project for this week, and I hope you follow along. If you've got any questions, do add your comments. Yeah, let's see what we create. So I am really into at the moment square cards, big square cards, which if you're joining my Pansy class for this month, you'll get a little sneak peek today of the style of cards that we'll be making. So the standard size cards that I tend to make are kind of C6, so they're about about 10.5 centimetres wide and about 15 centimetres tall. So this is just a different style of card. Stampin' Up don't unfortunately sell envelopes for this, but I managed to find some on Amazon which are really lovely quality. So let's get started. I'm going to cut it so that it's 14.5 centimetres wide. I've got the short edge at the top, so I'm cutting the whole piece of A4. Okay, and then I'm going to turn and I'm going to score it at 14.5 centimetres, and then I'm going to cut at 29. So this is almost a 6-inch card if we're thinking in inches. I'll just give that a little press with our bone folder, like so. Okay, so it's a good size card, and when you look at it next to a standard C6 card, it's just a little bit bigger. Okay, but I quite like the different size at the moment. Now I'm going to cut a piece of this that's just ever so slightly smaller. This is just regular basic white. Okay, so I'm going to go 14 centimetres. So 14 centimetres, and this is our piece that is going to go. It's just our little mount for the front of our card. Okay, now I'm going to do a little bit of stamping to get us started, and I'm going to go with cookies because who doesn't love a cookie? So let's just grab some blocks. And there's two different style images here. You've got the outline and then you've got the infill. Okay, so just have a little practice first. So I'm going to use early espresso and crumb cake for my cookies. Okay, so first of all, I'm going to start with my outline, and my outline I'm going to stamp with early espresso. Make sure that's nice and inky. And that's almost black. You can just ever so slightly see that it is actually brown. And then the infill stamp, I'm going to go with crumb cake. So this is just my tester to see that if I need to stamp straight on or if I should stamp off. So I'm just going to line this up like so, and I need to be able to see over it. Okay, so that's really quite dark. So actually, if I'm thinking of cookies, that would be a really good double chocolate chip cookie. Okay, but now if I ink up my stamp, stamp off, and then stamp, you get a real lighter version of that colour. Okay, so now if we stamp this one over the top, which we might be able to do, that's better. You get more of a kind of regular cookie. So those are the two different styles that I'm going to go for today. And I'm going to stamp across this page with our cookie. So I'm going to start with my outline, and I just want to fill up this page with my cookies. And I'm just turning my stamp every time so that we get a bit of a different angle. Someone's saying about sound. Morning, Sandra. Not sure it's mine or your internet, but you sound very strange. Oh, I hope everyone's all right. Can hear me fine. Good morning, Stacey. Oh, sounds fine for me. Okay. Hopefully, Sandra, it might just be a dodgy connection. Let me know if it carries on though, if anyone else is having some difficulty this morning. I wouldn't put it past it being my internet. My internet's been a nightmare recently. Okay. I'm just giving this a really good stamp over. And I'm not going to go up to the edge on here because this is where the sketch comes into play that I've seen this morning on the Global Design Project. So the Global Design Project is a group of demonstrators that each week they share a different card design or technique or idea, and you can case that design, you can make your own version and you post it in the group, and it's a way of getting really good inspiration from demonstrators around the world, and also it's good to test yourself as well. So I'm going to stamp some chocolate chip cookies, and I'm going to stamp some non-chocolate chips. So my chocolate chip I'm stamping once, sorry, my double chocolate ones I'm stamping once, and my regular cookies I'm just stamping like so. So that's the different colours you can get with these two stamps, these two ink pads even. Got the shakes this morning. I haven't had my breakfast, so that might be why. I'm just going to fill up this page. My connection is fine. Okay. Let me know, Sandra, if you're still struggling. Really like this set actually. Why have I not bought it before now? I've got 3 together there that are all double chocolate chip. Let's do this one here. So when you get to the ones on the edge, you're going to need to re-ink and then stamp off to get that colour. Like so. Lovely. So there we have our cookies. Don't they look good enough to eat? I really like those. Okay, so this is our piece for on here. So that looks quite swish, doesn't it? I'm going to stick that down. And I'm just going to use some Tombow for this. And I want my cookies to be on the main piece, to be on the right hand side. Now the Global Design Project, the style of card they've gone with today, thank you to Anna, looks fab. It's basically different coloured pieces of card down the edge, so I'm just going to try and replicate that. Okay, so I've got some coloured card here, and I'm just going to cut little strips. So I'm going to go with, so we've got 14 centimetres. So what's that? 2, 4, 6, 7, isn't it? So let's go for 2 centimetre strips, shall we? So I want 2 of each. So this, I've got Coastal Cabana. Love Coastal Cabana. And I've gone for Misty Moonlight as well to go with my cookies. So let's just cut, what's the length of this? So let's go with about 3 centimetres. So we've got 2 centimetres by 3 centimetres, so they're just little strips. So I want 3 of one colour and 2 of everything else. We want 6 in total. So let's have 2 of that one. And this is a great way to use up your scraps as well. If you're not sure what the Global Design Project is, just go to Google or your search engine and... Oh dear, what happened? I'm back now. I'm not quite sure what went on then. Honestly, the internet gremlins at the moment are a nightmare. So what I've done, just to recap, because I'm not quite sure where that fell off then, I've cut my 2 centimetre strips and I'm just alternating the colours and sticking them on. Okay. Are you all there? Are you all still there? Just to create my little panel. Okay, so there we have our little pieces, like so. So it's starting to kind of come together now, okay? So I'm just going to cut a piece of crumb. Do we cut crumb cake or should we cut Misty Moonlight? I think if we do crumb cake, it's going to be too crumb cakey. Do quite like the Misty Moonlight. So with the Misty Moonlight, I have here, I did have here, no, I haven't got them, they must be over the other side. There's a little die there, I was looking for that. So let's now cut a piece of, I can't decide whether crumb cake or Misty Moonlight. I want to add a little die. Let's see what dies I've got. Oops. I had a team event on Saturday and I feel a little bit broken today, guys. So I had a team event on Saturday from 10 till 6. And then yesterday we went out for breakfast and I did the work in the garden. I pulled out lots of overgrown plants and I just feel a bit broken today, I'm not going to lie. So I'm going to cut this out of crumb cake because I feel like crumb cake is kind of where we need to be with this card. And these dies are just beautiful. I really love these dies. Okay, so there we have our little crumb cake layer. Okay, so then we're going to cut a piece of white. So let's just measure in here. We've got, that's roughly 5 centimetres and roughly 8.5. So I'm going to take that down. I'm going to go with, let's go with 5 by 8, shall we? Back again, love the colours, thank you Sandra. I honestly have no idea what's going on with my internet at the moment. It's driving me and my husband absolutely bonkers. So here we've got our little piece. Going to take that measurement that side down ever so slightly, just take 2 millimeters off and that should be good. Yeah, that's much nicer. So there's our little piece like so, and I'm going to add some of those lovely sentiments here. So on here, where's my stamp set? Here it is. We've got today's plan, consume whatever, you make everything better, and I'm pretty sure tomorrow will be too, something and to be awesome, because adulting is hard, a day without something, you're just like something and it's something. Today is a cookies kind of day. Let's go for that, shall we? So let's see what that. Where is it? Today is a kind of day, we want that. So let's just add that to a block. So I've got today is a up there. Okay, so let's do a little bit of stamping now. Let's get a Misty Moonlight stamp pad, and this is where we're going to bring in those colours, I think. So we've got today is a, I'm going to pop this on here in the centre, and then I want kind of day down there. But actually before we stamp that, let's cut out the word cookies, shall we? What was the global website before I lost you? It was the Global Design Project. And let's cut this out of, is this bit big enough? Yes, it is. I'm going to cut that out of Coastal Cabana. It's fab, Elizabeth. You'll really like it, I'm sure. There's so much inspiration on there. Oh, I've cut the word cocktails out. Silly me. I've got cocktails now. Need my eyes tested as well. I've got a little buzzy bee in here with me today. Right, so the trick with this is to not lose the little dot in the eye. Which I have done. Okay, there's one here in the cocktails. I'm just going to put that there. If I lose that, remember it's just up there. Okay. So now what we can do, cookies. Help if I took the word out, wouldn't it? Today is a cookies kind of day, so let's now stamp the kind of day down the bottom. Lovely. But I think I want to 3D this. I think I want to have it a little bit raised. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut another one. Let's have another little bit of running it through my die machine behind. That's it. And I'm going to cut 3. Here we go. Cookies. So now what we're going to do is we're going to mount these all together, stick them together. Now what would be really useful with this is the adhesive sheets. But I've put them somewhere really, really safe in here. So I'm just going to add a few little dots of Tombow here and there. And I'm going to stick this together. That's it. And then I'm going to repeat with this one. Let's just pop out that safe place that I can't find. I do it all the time. It drives my husband mad. And then this last one we can just put over the top as well. So it's just a way of 3Ding it, and I've just cut it out 3 times and I've stuck it together. Lovely. Okay, so then that can go on there like so. Today is a cookies kind of day. Nothing wrong with that kind of day, hey? And then, oh, we need to put the dot on. Now, where is my tool? Here it is. Still not properly unpacked from doing my crafting in the house the other day. So I'm just going to use the take your pick tool and pop on the eye. And this is really good. It's got kind of a little bit of putty in the end, so it's really useful for picking up small things. and for small things such as embellishments. Oops. And yeah, little pieces of dies. So there it is, I've just found the third one. Lovely. So today is a cookies kind of day. That looks good. Let's just stick that together. It's coming together quite nicely, I think. So I just want a little bit of ribbon now. And I think I'm going to use something that's retired, so please bear with me. I'm going to use this ribbon here, which is the Misty Moonlight in colour ribbon. I think it retired last year, but I've got plenty left, so please forgive me for using a retired product. And let's just attach that there. Actually, it looks quite nice with a little panel of Misty Moonlight there, doesn't it? I'm going to secure that with a little bit of washi tape. This is not kind of how I saw this card going, but I still quite like it. I'm going to put that on there like so. I'm going to raise that up with some pads. We can pop that on there like so. Actually, I'm going to put that up a little bit. And then now I can tie my little bow. Oops. Trick with this ribbon is to try and keep hold of it as tightly as possible. Oops, I've just moved it again. Typical. Let's just trim off those ends. One, two, okay, and then I just want to add 2 little cookies, which we've already got here, so I'm going to cut those out just very quickly. So these are the little dies that go around the edge. Morning to you, Jane. Cut these out. So I've got 1, and then this one I've got 2. So they cut out really nicely. One, two. Pop my die over there where I won't lose it. And then I'm just going to stick my little cookies down like so. So we'll put one down first. And then this one we can pop down on the top with just a little dimensional. Like so. And then I just want to add a little bit of speckling to that because I just want to break up some of the white space. Lovely. So today is a cookies kind of day. We just need to add our piece inside. So let's just bring this one back in. Just in from the garden. Oh, Jane, you'll be proud of me. I actually attended to my garden yesterday, and those huge overgrown plants are no longer overgrown. Right, so before we stick that in, I'm just going to do a little bit more stamping, just very quickly. And then let's do this. So I've just got my little early espresso stamp. I'm just going to stamp 2 there, and I'm going to put 2 up there as well. Okay. And then I've got crumb cake, which I'm going to stamp 1 on, like so. I'm going to stamp off. I'm going to ink up my stamp, stamp off, and then stamp again to get the 2 different style of colours, 2 different tones of colour even. And then stamp on like so. Add a little bit of speckle, and then we can stick that in. Oh, I've done it too big. Oh no. Right, okay, we can do this. Let's just clean my trimmer afterwards. My trimmer needs a good clean anyway, so let's go to 14. And then we'll cut this one down to 14 as well. The trimmer needs a bit of a clean anyway, so I'll now definitely need to do that afterwards. Okay, so there we have that stuck in there like so. So there we have our card. Now I do have some cookies here, and I wanted to just make this into a little bit of a matching card and gift. So I have here, these are the 3 inch by 9 inches printed gusted cellophane bags, and these are really handy to have in your stash. I'm going to turn this into and these biscuits actually fit in here really, really nicely. And I know this because this was a similar, this was one of the projects, ever so slightly similar, that we did at the team event at the weekend. Okay, so they fit in there quite nicely. And they are gusseted, so they're really good for sweets, for little hand creams. And I'm just going to tie that together. Okay, so I'm going to use my ribbon for that. I've not got much left of this ribbon, which is good because it's retired. So let's just fold this around here. I'm just going to secure that like that for the time being, and then I'm going to make a little tag. So here I have the new tailor-made tag dies, which are really handy. So I'm just going to cut one of those out. I've just got some white card for this. Wasn't quite big enough. Yeah, I've got some more this side. So here is my little tag. Now in these dies you also get the little reinforcer holes, which we want the circle one. Let's do the reinforcer in crumb cake, shall we? Got a little bit of crumb cake. So you actually get 4 at a time, so I need to really keep these. Let's cut them out. Okay, so let's have this. These little reinforcer holes just go over there. There's my glue, there's my glue. Oh, people saying nice things. Thank you very much, everyone. You're all very kind. So there we've got our little tag. And where's my stamp set gone? Here's my stamp set. So I'm just going to put "You make everything better." So I'm going to stamp that down the bottom. It's quite handy having that little printed piece inside now. So I'm going to stamp this. Is this piece big enough? No, it isn't. Have this one. So let's stamp this in Misty Moonlight. And I want to trim that down into little word banners. I want to get rid of the word "you" because we want to say cookies make everything better. So let's just trim this down. It's a great way to sort of mix up your sentiments, to just cut them into little tiles. Okay, and then we want to stamp some cookies onto here. Do love making a little matching project. Let's have 2. Have 1. And then 2, and then I want my crumb cake. So again we're going to stamp first with the dark and then stamp again without re-inking that stamp to get that lighter version. Pop my die on and cut that out. Oops. One. And then this one. So there are our 2 cookies. So let's just stick those on. We'll stick one down flat. Let's stick them there actually. And we'll pop one there like so. And that can just go on with a little pad. And then we'll pop these little sentiments on. Nice little bit of layering this morning. Like so, and then we want to cut out a word cookies. And then we are nearly done. Here we go. Right. Let's just pop out those little pieces. It's quite a long one this morning, isn't it? Little buzzy. Can you hear the little buzzy in here? And we'll do the little dot on the eye. There we go. So then we can just put this on. Such a cute gift, thank you. And there we have it. Cookies make everything better, and today is a cookies kind of day. So there we have it. Thank you so much for watching this morning. That's better. It was really lovely to spend a little bit of extra time with you all. I have used, for those of you that aren't sure or want to know a bit more, this is a Nothing's Better Than stamp set, and I've used the cookies stamp here. You've got the outline and then the infill. I've used crumb cake and early espresso for my cookies, and then I've created a little matching gift here, which I'm looking forward to giving out. So that's it from me today. Thank you so much for watching and commenting along. It's really nice to spend some time with you on a Monday morning. As I mentioned at the start, my lives will be slightly different this week because it's Father's Day and we're actually going away. So I'll be live again tomorrow night at 8:30, Tuesday evening, 8:30 right here. No idea what I'm making, but I do hope you can join me. Thanks so much, everyone. Have a wonderful day, and I hope to speak to you all very, very soon. Take care. Bye for now.